Hello everyone, it's me, Team Mario C. Today we are back with episode 2 of my Endless Adventure Vanilla Minecraft series. We're going to hop back in to the world immediately, as beautiful as that Minecraft music is. To recap last episode and to just go over what this series is, this is my once-ish a week Minecraft playthrough where I am playing completely vanilla Minecraft. No mods, no shaders, no texture pack, the foundational, very, no extra stuff version of this game. Obviously this is the latest version of Minecraft, but none of the additional fluff, even the ones that would make my video look wonderful. That is the gist. I talked about the reasons, the more interesting reasons why I'm playing it at the end of last episode. If you haven't heard that, you can go back and watch it. I did a one-take reading of that little thing, so it worked out well. Here is the log cabin that we built at the end of last episode. It looks fine for a starter base, nothing special. Took me actually, a decent little while to build, like half an hour to collect all these spruce logs with crappy stone axes, but it looks nice. We've got some rudimentary storage, a bit of space to expand, an attic for barrels and my bed and whatever else I decide I need. We managed to spawn in quite a nice area, or we spawned in a nice area, looted a bunch of villages, then explored for a bit and found this really nice lakefront property. One of the things I didn't explore, which I did notice on the thing, was this treasure ship, which just happens to be in this lake, which I think is very funny. Which means that this bit, although being a lake, I think is technically an ocean biome, which is nifty, I would say. Protection 2, mending, and suspicious stew. I might die here if I'm not careful. Yeah. But yeah, this is our area where we're spawning. Lots of spruce trees. We've got cliffs in the background. And is that Minecraft music a little bit too loud? I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit. All right. I want to make sure that you can all hear me properly. But as far as the treasure map is concerned, I think we have a place to explore first. As far as this episode goes, I'll just talk a little bit about what I see this series being as I go towards this map. So we need to head northeast, which is that way. So yeah, we'll run over here and hopefully find some treasure. But what do I see this series being? Well, not only I kind of talked about why I call it an endless adventure, why I'm playing this vanilla version of Minecraft with no shaders, mods or texture pack, but I'll talk more about what I actually want to achieve in Minecraft. It's been many years since I actually played Minecraft properly, like a normal survival world, and I want to do just as much as possible. The last episode, or the first episode I made, when I edited and uploaded it, I titled it Season 1. And within Season 1, I don't know exactly how many episodes there's going to be, but within Season 1, I want to focus on doing all the stuff pre-going to the end. So we might go to the Nether during Season 1, but I don't want to do the end fight until the final episode. That's because the end, but more specifically the Elytra, opens up a lot of new things, and I want to experience a lot of the features Minecraft has to offer before I can just like fly around the world every which way. That's just how I want to play it. I'm kind of getting lost and stuff. Last episode as well, if you might not believe that I have somehow full iron armor and a diamond pickaxe after like an hour of actual game time. Most of that was spent building. It's from these treasure chests. I managed to loot a treasure chest. A couple of things, actually. I think we looted a shipwreck and a treasure chest. And I don't think we looted any blacksmith village or village houses. So it was just that stuff. And we got, you know, a lot of materials from that. So this is the ocean that we were at before, which I'm going to explore. I probably do want to make sure I don't get lost, by the way, because I haven't noted down the coordinates to my thing. I'm gonna go ahead and do the little cheeky method all the way in here. There we go. And we've got some more goodies. Got some emeralds, a couple more water breathing potions, a bit more food, TNT. I don't think these enchanted leather things are actually useful at all. The mending helmet is amusing though, so we might hold on to that. Because we're playing vanilla, there's no way to like what's it called? Extract that enchant off a piece of gear. But yeah, so I'm also playing in hard difficulty, and despite having iron armor and a shield, that does actually represent a challenge if I'm not careful. So I do have to bear that in mind when I'm going out exploring. But yeah, we got a little bit of iron, a little bit of gold, no diamonds unfortunately, so that was a useful but potentially could have been better experience. I mentioned it briefly last time, but I do like leaf litter. It actually adds a lot of diversity to the forests. One thing I do think they should add, they should actually add seasons to vanilla Minecraft, like proper seasons where everything change. I think that could be. Oh, hello. We've found a spruce tiger village, which is going to be our safe haven tonight, because apparently I have well, found myself stuck at night time, and getting back to base right now would be a little bit difficult. So we're going to sleep in one of the villagers' houses, and then we're going to explore the village. Sorry mate, you're going to have to sleep on the floor. I wouldn't recommend going outside, but you do you, bro. Oh, I'm so mean sometimes. So yeah, we've got some nice campfires. It's a bit of a blending between... Okay, what are these guys doing? What are they doing? Yeah, so... Have they got anything useful? Nothing especially interesting in there. Is this new? This is a cool build. Oh, this is like a custom spruce church. Or his own cleric and stuff. That's crazy. Double locked. Oh, juicy. And a smithing thing as well. Actually, I might. Yeah. Hell yeah. Wait, that's fun. Oh yeah, I did. That just reminded me. I skipped making the iron pick because I immediately had a diamond one. That's so funny. Cartography house, another bundle, brilliant, and some new maps. Definitely going to be putting. Oh, makes sense why that is the case. Can't put that in. Bish bash but I mean, just look at bundles. Super useful. Definitely one of the best, like, quite recent additions to Minecraft. I'm gonna head more west now, deeper into the forest, because that's supposed to be where my base is. I do remember reading an update that you can craft lodestones now with like iron and basic materials, so I might try and figure that recipe out and make a compass, but that would require me to have redstone, which which I do not have at the moment. Yeah. I'll cut back in when I'm back at the base, assuming I don't get ridiculously lost. Oh, look at that. It's a beautiful view from over here, you know. One thing I was thinking is I've been thinking about what my major building project is going to be. One of the things I do enjoy most about Minecraft, even though I'm probably not that good at it, especially by modern standards, is building. It's always been like a form of self-expression that I've got a certain kind of unique satisfaction out of. So I intend to build lots of things over the course of this series. And one of them is going to be a massive structure within this lake. Don't know exactly what structure yet, but it's going to be something. I will probably... You know what? Okay, I did have one idea, and seeing this like lump of land in the middle is giving me like a sign that it should be that idea. Anyway, one thing I mentioned last time is I want to build a canal. I would like to have like a I don't know, like a system that leads me out to wherever the nearest ocean is. But now we've returned, let's take stock of what materials we have actually. So if you can just do that. Oh my god, wait, you can, does that mean you can like dump the bundle stuff into like a hopper and it automatically isn't that just amazing? Oh yeah, wait, I got lodestones from that I got lodestones from that thingy-mabob. Yes, very descriptive. Oh my god, ruined portal. I just couldn't get the words out for a second there. Jesus. We've got lots of spruce saplings. Probably plant some of those. But I was mostly preserving that view, so we'll hold on to it. Right, yeah, we've got 2 lodestones. One of them is going here, but that doesn't really do much without a compass, which I don't have, and which I need a redstone for. I'm going to craft a iron axe. No, don't put it in the bundle. That would be bad. Right, now, next mission. We have about half the day left. One thing I'm definitely going to need to build is a mine shaft, because I will need to go mining sooner rather than later. I do have a diamond pickaxe, so it will make the experience probably better than if I didn't have that. I will not be going to the nether for a while. That would be painful, even with my current getup, I think. Let's go up to the top of these cliffs. I just want to get a lay of the land, a lay of the surroundings. Because I know there's also a swamp just over yonder. Oh, I see some iron on the side of that cliff. I think I'm going to mine that. Wait. Nah, there's no way. There's no way, Chief. What? You're teasing me. What? I saw last episode. I saw these trees on this ridge. Okay, alright, nice, chill. Panic averted, bro. I saw these 3 trees on this ridge. The fact that the biome has generated like this, it made me think that there wasn't even a swamp for a second there. Crazy. What's that off in the distance? That looks like some kind of ruined portal thing. So we've got a good view of the swamp here. You can see more more cliffs far in that distance. I do want that on. Lena Rain is labyrinthine. I'm not in a labyrinth, thankfully, but music has come back. We were musicless for a while there. I wonder what the how they decide what music to play. If it's random or, well, it's probably not random, but also actually mining an emerald, like just mining one, crazy. Copper does actually have uses now because I am playing the latest version, which as of this video is the Copper Age. So if we, oh wait, sorry, I've been playing a lot of a mod pack called Reclamation. Put a crazy amount of hours in there, so I'm used to using like a JEI thing that shows me recipes and whatnot. But I don't have that because it's vanilla Minecraft. But I can look in the recipe book, right? Showing, yeah. This is quite limited still. But that's okay. There's another emerald here too. That's crazy. What Y level are we on? We're not even that high. 3 vein emerald. Oh, that was particle effects. I thought it was 4 vein for a second there. 4 emeralds just from mining is kind of nuts. Hello, llamas. Hello, cold cows. How are you doing? I'm just going to collect some of the coal and ores around here, and then I'll cut back in when I'm at the top of that hill. I should have brought a bed with me. I won't be out here for long. Well, I must say, there isn't really much of an ocean in this area. The view from up here is quite spectacular with max render distance. The sun setting is very pretty, even without shaders. And our house is visible down there. Can I make that jump? I think I can make that jump. Now, plans. What's actually interesting is that is 100% an ocean biome. You can even, I swear the water even looks different, or at least the blocks underneath the water is different too. But we've got a decent lay of the land, as I said. We've got spruce behind me, swamp in front, oak and birch standard forest, some quite extensive hills on the horizon, plains in the distance, and I think the faint light of the village that I can see even from here. Things are looking good. This is a nice spot to start construction. In terms of plans, well, we're going to make good use of that island, I reckon. That's going to be a pretty cool place to build on. I want to build like a watchtower or something on these hills, or like something like that. A lookout tower would be cool. And definitely something cool and large inside that lake that towers over the landscape. I'm gonna try and get back to base safely. Hopefully I manage it. This jump's doable, right? We ready? Yeah. Okay, I spent most of the night time collecting resources. I've got clay from the lake bed, copper and coal from the mountain, and I have been steadily chopping down all the trees on this little island within the second lake that we saw from up on the cliff. The reason I'm doing that is because, well, I'm just preparing the ground for a eventual construction here, because honestly, as nice as the other lakefront looks, I'm very much liking the potential of this island as well. I think this might become like a dual lake city or something. That'll be the main point of interest, whatever wider construction eventually happens. While I'm on the topic of building, I'm going to go into a little bit about my philosophy. I'm not a very good builder. I already kind of alluded to that. I would like to think I was, but I don't think I really am. I'm not very good at making things have interesting details, but I do like to build, so I will be doing plenty of it. One of the things that I think is important for construction, though, one of the reasons why building and survival is a very different experience from working in creative or even just late game survival, is that you are very restricted. And restriction is great, because restriction breeds innovation, or at least it breeds techniques that might not otherwise be required. At the start of the game, the most plentiful things you have are wood and, well, dirt and stone, which is why a lot of buildings, especially at the start, are built from wood and stone. And that is fine, there's nothing wrong with that, but later in the game you have so many more options that building something with that aesthetic just becomes less interesting. So while I'm in this early phase, while I'm in season 1 of this endless adventure, I want to focus on building stuff that represents that style, that early game Minecraft where your options are limited and time spent building is time spent not progressing towards other activities. One of the other parts about Minecraft that I really enjoy, though, other than building, is exploration. There are some good options and some bad options as far as exploration goes, and I do like travelling oceans, even though they're relatively uninteresting most of the time. But other things like riding on horseback or just running around the world exploring can be interesting depending on what you find. But this is the island. Most of the leaves have now decayed, and one of the other restrictions you might have is in terms of where you're building. You see here, right, if I build up a few blocks, you can see we've got like a little almost horseshoe shaped island. If I'm not terraforming too much, and obviously at the start of the game that is a time consuming activity, I want to focus on constructing things to this dynamic. The wider part of the horseshoe is definitely over there, so whatever I build on this, you could say that the main island or the main structure will be here, and then peripheral structures and features would spread out across the rest of this loop. You can already see that pattern, and it's not a particularly complicated thing. It seems obvious when you take a look at it, or at least it does to me. But that kind of restriction, that kind of idea, comes from the natural shape and look of an area, and that is very helpful for having inspiration in what you want to build. Same as over there, I had a completely separate idea about what kind of thing I wanted to build. Again, I'm not going to mention it because spoilers, but the elevated land within the middle of the lake, that kind of fits in with what I would like to build, which is maybe incentivize me even more to consider it as an option. But you know, that's my idea around building. So that's nice. We've got a slightly clearer view of the cliffs now too, and a bunch of wood, which is always useful. So now we've done that though, what should our next steps be? Well, good news, we've got a bunch of coal, or at least it's good news in Minecraft because it's bad for the environment in the real world. I'm going to make some torches because torches are important. I've already lit up some of the area around here. I'm also going to make some bricks because, well, bricks are I was going to say bricks are underrated. They're kind of not. Bricks are pretty crap a lot of the time, or at least that's been my experience. Just because, okay, let's say I make this, right? I've made a brick. What is that giving me options to? Okay, brick slabs, brick stairs, excellent. But even if or brick wall, cool, excellent. But if I now go, take this, actually make another furnace. So what you can do with raw stone, well, you can build lots of things, but one of the things you can build is a stone cutter. But when you put this in here, you get this, right? But you put, well, you put stone, even in vanilla Minecraft, you get some more options. Honestly, I might be lying and just thinking of how good stonecutters are in other packs that have actual variety in their cut blocks. In that case, bricks are actually relatively interesting. Yeah. Anyway, okay. It is a new day, and I have started thinking about one of the projects that I was going to do, and that's going to be a mine shaft. I want to build a area that has a long staircase down into a mine area. I'm not going to like depend on a natural cave existing there. We can always build it in such a way that it will eventually connect up with such a natural area. But that's going to be my focus. I'm going to use my iron picks. I'm going to use iron picks for most of it because it's going to be a lot of extraneous digging, and I don't want to waste the diamond pick's durability when it's unenchanted and when diamonds are few and far between. This area seems a little difficult to work with due to a prevalence of water caves. I don't want the area to be too far from the thing, but I also don't want to spoil the natural view of the landscape. So, how can I reconcile those two goals? Well, one would be a tunnel. If I had some settlement of some description around here, perhaps. I like this hole. There's potential with this hole. However, the angle does mean that people will be able to see through it from that island. So, let's just explore for ourselves what's through here. Llama. Okay. Okay, we might have something to work with. There's a massive freaking hole in the ground. So, terrain-wise, it feels like a massive, like, enclosure, which is an interesting thing, interesting characteristic for an area like this to have, though not uncommon. But we've definitely got some caves, right? Once we go this deep in. I'm thinking, what am I thinking? In order to not spoil the natural beauty from the lake, we can't exactly just build a mine shaft on the other side of this mountain. However, what we might be able to do is build something of a mining village nestled in between the mountains. If I did that, I could have the entrance to my mining area in amongst these mountains. Perhaps it could even be... Well, honestly, I like this as a natural border of the town, actually. If you imagine that between, we've got this area and that area over here, and other than the tunnel sun's setting. Other than the tunnel we came through, this is like a natural border, and then you would have like a you know, like the entry point here. I'm thinking this is like the port entrance to the mining town, and then that's like the land entrance, and then the rest of it, maybe do a tiny bit of small terraforming, but is mostly just the natural area, and that's that's the viewpoint or something. You can go through here and get to the viewpoint mountain, because that is like that bit over there behind this is fantastic. I'm liking that. I'm, as I was saying before, thinking around the terrain is a useful skill, and I think I'm feeling the inspiration from this generation. There's going to be a lot of work to do that, but practically what does that mean? Well, that means that I'm going to have a mine shaft, I think, here. Okay. God, the caves generate different. What the? Huh? Is this normal? What the flip is this? We've got grass blocks. Bro, I don't think I've ever done any, like, proper caving in Extreme Hill, but why are there 4 bats here? Jesus. Bats still are filler mobs in caves. Right. I'm definitely set on the location. It's just gonna take a little bit more work, I think. Oh, can you imagine minecarts going through that massive room down to Deep Slate? Oh, is that not cool as hell? What? That thought just popped up into my head, and now like I'm 100% building the mine shaft through there. That's crazy, you know. Okay. Doing the best job I can to illuminate the area. Without a shadow of a doubt, that area we saw earlier is, I want to build a rickety mineshaft track that goes down through it. That's just like no-brainer. At least to me. There's a lot of interconnecting caves around here though, so I'm gonna have to think about how I manage those. But the long and short of it is, yes, this area is going to be where we build our mine shaft. I'm gonna go around and just make some signs and outline some of the positions of where we want, and then I'm gonna explain them as we go. I've already talked about some of them, but just so I remember, I'm gonna get them and sort them out now. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be my first like town, mining town. I think it's gonna be cool. So this is the entrance. You come down, and how do we reach the area? You just go along here, right? Yeah, and then you reach this. Huh? I already took a screenshot, but what the frick? It's like I don't even know. I don't think I can explain this. This is just like this doesn't feel explainable at all. That's mental, you know. But if I come here, right, and okay, if this is, if we're going between those, we probably want to build up about here. So let's say I'm gonna start building out here. Where does this bring me? Oh god, it brings me out here? I could have been building up all the way into that friggin' mountain if I wasn't careful. Okay. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so to answer the question of where did this bring me out, the answer is kind of friggin' miles away. But that's fine. Or more accurately, we can work with that. Let's begin talking about what I want this, or what I see for this area. And we're going to do that with a series of signs. Oh, well, I'm going to have to make trapdoors eventually, so I guess that's fine too. First off, this, very simple, is going to be the port entrance. Port entrance. Visible from Jewel Lakes. Very simple. Whatever structure goes on here, whatever part of the town is here, the port entrance, this is all going to be visible from the Jewel Lakes. So that's very important. So we come through here, and then what do we have? So, presumably you've, I don't know, you've terraformed this a bit. Get through and entering mining town. First district. So by first district, this is going to be, you know, the first like enclosed part, and then over here, this leads to mine shaft entrance. Path to mineshaft entrance. Connection to second district. And then through here. Hold for terraforming. Hold for terraforming. Hold for terraforming. Connection to second district. Woo! And it's way more hostile because there's no torches everywhere. This is a prime spot for a mineshaft elevator. Dun, 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 dun. Hello, creepers. You are sneaky, aren't you? Dun, dun, dun. Yes, you are. This is going to be the land entrance. Mining town major land entrance. So as you can see, this is going to be the site of that. And then this is the defense pit. Is the mining town suburbs slash outskirt. Oh, just do mining town outskirts farms. Yeah. Okay. So that's the border wall. This is the mining town entrance. That's the outskirts. Then going back into this area, all of this is District 2, Trade District, or Merchant District. C418 is back on the orcs. This is... Dun, dun, dun. So what did I label this? Path to mineshaft entrance. Mineshaft entrance. Major. Boom. What track? Bang. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. There's so much weird generation in this area. I can't lie. It's kind of crazy. Oh yeah, we saw a creeper near here earlier, didn't we? Okay. So, now that I've lit up a lot of the area and, well, put down some pre-planning steps, you kind of get an idea, or perhaps the most faintest sense of what I want to build here long term. All of this, of course, is just my way of enjoying the game while also having a practical purpose, and that will be, of course, having a mineshaft. Now, one other area I saw that I didn't actually label yet, I think. So this is going to be path to like a viewing area, I think. What do I think? Yeah, this is like side gate territory. Side gate. President access to outskirts. Something like that would be a reasonable description for this area, I would say. Oh yeah, this is 100% watchtower territory, bro. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, down here. This is outside the city. And I'll say something like... Actually, I'll put it up here, because it makes sense to be up here. Bish, bash, bosh, bong. Path to fortified watchtower, which can be up there. And viewpoint. So, to clarify, and I think there's one final thing I need to put in over here. Yeah, this is, without question, mineshaft elevator, brackets, bubble column? Column has an N in it. Bang, bang. And now I need to make more torches. So, overall, I've now laid out a vague plan for a future major building project. That would consist of me building lots of buildings and designing a whole town that nestles in the mountain, and you know, we'll have basically the location of this local area's mineshaft. It will have a beautiful viewpoint. It will have lots of you know, like gritty miner buildings, and the merchant district will be a bit nicer and have trade with the outside world and any other towns I build somewhere along the way, right? But that's the main one. It will also have a port that connects it to the Two Lake Zone and wherever the Two Lake Zone connects to in the future. But this is all long-term construction projects, and it's just a vision that this terrain has inspired me to make. Next episode, because I think we are nearing the time where we do need to end the episode now, we are going to actually do some mining. I've been collecting some coal and some basics along the way, but we've got a goddamn diamond pickaxe, or we can go deeper. We need to go deeper, even. So we're going to do that next time. with the mineshaft area over there, but I'm glad that this area was able to give me some inspiration. I thought the hills looked nice earlier, but now the cliffs are not only going to be something nice to look at, but they are going to represent the location of, I guess, the major town in the area, which is very nice. Yeah. So I'm going to head back to the house and call it a day. We made some good progress, got some good plans. We know we're going to have some cool construction on here, and we're going to have some very nice construction long term in there. But that is way off in the future. For the meantime, we've just established the ideas of what we want there, and we'll have a large mine shaft in that region where we can start collecting some resources, some redstone, some lapis, some diamonds, some gold, all the good stuff. How is this not finished? Was this just completely unloaded? That's crazy. Okay, but that's all from me. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a wonderful day, or are having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.